All right. Hello, everyone. Good to see you out there. I'm Thomas, and welcome to my channel. Today, I've been having some internet issues, and I'm trying to get caught up with a few things, so I'm not going to do any numbered videos right now. I just wanted to do a little bit of an impromptu tree of life orientation, just to, kind of give you some idea about the tree of life and how you can kind of use it on a daily basis. Now, what we see here is, now if you'd like to get the introduction to tree of life, just watch my video, Tree of Life, a short introduction. You might not need that for this video, but if you want some background on that. Now, when we're dealing with society on a day-to-day basis in 2022, these are the kind of things that I look at in terms of tree of life. Okay, so we got 10th sphere. The 10th sphere is really like our wild animal consciousness. This is the law of the jungle, kill or be killed. And, people that are at the 10th sphere are people who are struggling for their survival. So these are people, that are in war-torn areas, refugees, homeless people, and, other people who are, probably in hospital wings that are, fighting for their life. Okay. Now we have the 9th sphere, and the 9th sphere, if the 10th sphere is our wild animal consciousness, the 9th sphere is our domesticated animal. This is what you develop as you live in the home, in a domestic situation. This is where you have this heightened receptivity. You're highly receptive to the influences in your environment, which in the house is mainly having to do with your parents, your caregivers. This is for a very young part of your life, but it also goes into a much older, you can spend your whole life here. It's not just for the very young. And one thing that happens is that we get under the influence of what we call talking machines. So the talking machines are really in the house. The television, the radio, the social media, or whatever it is, some kind of machine that's talking at you, and you kind of take it in the same way that you take it from the family members that you're devoted to. So we have this heightened receptivity where we're learning at a high level because we're highly receptive to our parents and our family members who we are devoted to, who feed us and shelter us. But also this invasion of these talking machines kind of finds a captive audience in us also. And so people who, what you would call the normies in our society are also here at the 9th sphere, where they, pretty much just take in the media and they do what the media tells them to do. The 9th sphere is at a disadvantage because it is blind. It doesn't have a discernment component. It pretty much trusts completely and intrinsically the sources of information that they're getting, and it doesn't really factor that the reputation or the reputableness of the source that they're getting. So they just kind of assume that whatever is being told to them is the truth, and that they need to be pursuing that. And there are many people that are out there that are kind of they want to be told what to do. They don't want to make these decisions for themselves. They want some expert to tell them what to do. And so that's the 8th sphere. If the 9th sphere is about our domestic sphere, the A-sphere is about the public sphere, and this is really like the consensus worldview, the expert opinion, and it's all the institutions and all of the powers that be, all of the establishment, and it also therefore includes all of the resources and all of the status that you can get. And so there's a set of people also that you might call the elites, in quotation marks, and they kind of feel like they're in this A-sphere and they're dispensing their expert opinion. They're telling you, what you're supposed to do, what you're supposed to believe, how you're supposed to act, how you're supposed to behave. And, these people at the ninth sphere are kind of taking instruction from them, whether it's directly from them in their schools, in their churches, on their media, or like with the media, they are the ones who are, bringing in the talking. They're the ones whose voices are coming into the household as the talking machines. So not only does the A sphere have this hegemony over the public sphere, where they're, out in the schools and the churches telling you what to believe and how to behave, but then they also invaded the ninth sphere with the talking machines, and so they have their talking heads on these machines telling you what to believe as well. Now, the elites that are think that they're dispensing with this information at the A sphere are also being tricked. The eighth sphere is a trickster. That's one of its functions, to trick you. It's a deceiver. Now, if you want to think about it in terms of Satan, Satan is really like a combination of the eighth and 10th sphere acting together. Satan is a deceiver. And so that's kind of what happens with the elites, is they think that they're here at the A sphere dispensing with their expert opinion, but in reality, they are also at the ninth sphere. Okay, so both the normies and the elites are here at the ninth sphere, and they're pretty much just taking instruction from, they think that they're experts and that they're dispensing their expert opinion, but they're really just minions who are taking instruction from other elites, the real powers that be, the people behind the curtain, the hidden hand, the powers that be, that that word that begins with a C that you're not supposed to talk about. These people have kind of convinced a whole set of the educated people that they're here dispensing with their wisdom, where in actuality they're just parroting what they're being told by people that are even higher up than they are, that they've never even heard of before. So it's a kind of a tricky situation here because of this deception that's involved. Now, when we are moving up to the seventh sphere, the problem that we have to even really get to the seventh sphere is, first of all, that the eighth sphere holds all of these resources. And so you have to, say if you are a young person and you grew up in this ninth sphere, and now you're moving out into the public, to the extent that you follow the expert opinion and the conventional wisdom and the consensus worldview, then you have access to the resources. You get into the best schools. First, you get the best grades, then you get into the best schools, and then you get the best jobs. So these are all the incentives that you're given in order to fit in here. but it's kind of an emperor wears no clothes kind of thing, because they're telling you things that are part of the conventional wisdom, but they're not true. They are twists of, the asphere is really our belief systems and our logical, concrete logical faculties. And they're telling us things that kind of cause us to invert this eighth sphere. And so, what they're telling you a lot of times flies directly in the face of your own experience about things. An example is this other word that begins with a C, that is left behind by airplanes when they're flying in the sky, and only certain kinds of planes. And they leave this kind of pollution behind that stays in the sky. And this is like directly right in front of your face. But there's still people that, oh no, that doesn't exist. That's not out there, because they're being kind of coerced by this eighth sphere. Just like the emperor wears no clothes. Oh yeah, the emperor has, but it's like the way I see it, the emperor is not wearing anything. And so you end up twisting your own asphere to shoehorn to fit in here, because you don't see it, and because it's not there. But they have this consensus worldview that makes you think that everybody sees it. And so you have to negotiate this, because again, this is where all the resources are. So this is what I call minimal compliance, where you kind of just give lip service to the eighth sphere enough to get their resources and then go. Because otherwise you'll either get stuck in the ninth or eighth sphere when you start kowtowing and saying, oh yeah, I really love the emperor's new clothes. They look fantastic. But they're really not there. And it's right in front of your face, and you know it, but you're convincing yourself otherwise because you think that everybody sees it. And so if you can just give it lip service and move over here, that's that's how you can at least get started on getting out of the matrix. There's plenty more, and this getting over here is not going to get you out of the matrix, but it's going to give you some breathing room to at least assess your options. Okay, so just in this short video, I'm just going to stop here, and I'll do another one here coming up very soon, kind of talking about the rest of this, how the rest of it fits into kind of how we are assessing things that are going on right here in 2022. So also, if you'd like to get a free copy of my guide to the 144 fractal faculties, just click the link in the description. I'll send that out to you for free. Otherwise, click the link, click the like button, share the video with others, subscribe to the channel. You can donate directly to me through Cash App or Venmo listed in the description. And stay tuned for future videos coming up very shortly. Have a great day.